We have Jackson on the field. Oh my lord, the amount of infantry in mid. This... Oh, white phosphorus stopping them. Yes, good white phosphorus on that. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and I am currently casting a 4v4 game on White Ball Express. We got a number of key players here today, which by the way, if you're watching on Twitch, you can look at the stats in the page. They include Semex, Commander, Private, Jake, Ryan, Black Sheep versus Flawed, Kumo, 5th Carry Division, and Stupor. Right now, playtime you can see here is actually pretty good for the Axis and Allies respectively, though I do question something. Hey Stupor. Hey Stupor, I have a question for you. Why did you build a cache in the first 2 minutes? Also, he's mass-producing rear echelon. Oh, that makes sense. He's going Urban Assault. 5th Carrier going Soviet Combined Arms. Nothing else for the rest of them. Assault Support and Fortifications are being developed for the Axis. Nothing else. Axis devouring Allied forces on the right-hand side, which is actually interesting. Engineer holding the building. By the way, Flawed going with Penal and a Scout Car. Already, I find myself enjoying this. Because again, possible Scout Car action. We'll see how it fares against the Axis. In mid, Sturms are pretty much devouring a lot of the forces. Rear echelon might die here on retreat. Or just dies the Pioneer, that's fine too. Kumo trying to hold the position, but yeah, it wants to run like hell. Probably a good idea. Left-hand side, rear echelon flanking. The problem is their flank is so ineffective based on their DPS that, yeah, they're just being absolutely demolished and pushed back. So, amazing job. Sometimes you can still flank and still lose the battle. MG set up for the Sturms, but unfortunately there's all sorts of stuff pushing in front of them. And with the Axis pretty much holding this fuel point, we'll see how long. There are Allied forces coming on in. Although there's a lot of Axis that could easily swing in. Right now the Axis are going to get double fuel. So after the last game, I think this Axis force might be slightly more competent. I think they're slightly more competent, chat, as the MG gets mowed down by 3 Sturms, 2 of which are from two different people. Or, yeah, so, if you have a competent game with a Axis and or Allied side, make sure you submit it. I have a Discord and Gmail down below. Also a reminder, I am casting a 4v4 tournament in however long it takes for this date when I release it on YouTube or Twitch for it to go onto YouTube. So it could be, it could be 3 weeks, it could be 2 weeks, it could be, I'm going to throw out there and say 25 days. Why not? But anyway, if you, yes you, want to take part, links down below. Join my Discord and you sign up with the 4-player team. Prize pool is over $1,000. Shout out to Joey G240 for donating an additional $25 to it. So thank you. Which, by the way, again, any donation I receive will indeed go to the tournament. So I want to point that out before someone's like, well, Greyshot, if you receive a donation, it will go. It will go to the tournament, and I thank everyone who does that. Anyway, let's double check to see how things are faring for this Soviet, because Volk squads are pouring in, and he has men holding, but how long can he hold? Well, Kumo's coming on in to try to provide that fire support. He has a captain with a bar, so that's some decent fire support coming on in. Actually, the fuel is actually helping the Allies right now keep themselves afloat after taking some heavy hits and losing the fuel for a brief period of time. Looks like on the right, they will hold it. Middle is a bit of a contention. MG in a weird position. Because, again, it's not great to hold this. Like, conscripts can easily flank around this way. We have Private Jack Ryan going double mortar, double MG. Doesn't seem to be holding as well, but the mortars seem to be doing some work. Oh, I say that with that one getting nothing. And this one only has 1 model. Shit, never mind. I think the Allied ones are doing work. Anyway, conscripts trying to push on in. MG's just trying to hold, but smoke comes down to stop that. Rear echelons firing grenades along the side, break up the Sturm, and then finally, Soviet and Allied forces able to advance and press forward. Kumo coming on in. It looks like we have a full retreat by Kumo. But that being said, 5th Carrier Division is not retreating and advancing, causing Jack Ryan to fully withdraw from the area. So, excellent counterattack. Axis having to deal with the scout car, but quickly pulverizes it with an AT Faust combo. So, excellent job there. Penals are now the last line of defense, and I don't think they're going to hold that for very long with that one troop. Maybe a lucky satchel could kill some men, but if Samax is just paying attention, he should be fine. And yeah, he's going to be driven back. So Axe is actually retaking the right-hand side after losing it. So I thought the right would be where they held the territory, but nope, the left. The left is where apparently the Allies will hold. Now they are advancing pretty deep into Axis lines, pushing forth and taking capture point. That is squarely in territory that should belong to the Axis, so it'll be curious to see how long they actually can hold it. I do like 5th Carrier here placing mines, because the enemy has to move on that territory, so you're guaranteeing a couple models dead, rather than hoping they fall into it later on. Mortar fire comes in that position. Again, the longer the Allies can just try to hold them back, the better. Although the blob is real and they are advancing. Oh, demo! Mine goes off, hitting the Sturm. Run, man, run! There's a demo right here. I don't know if he sees it, but here comes the blob. Here comes the death. Nah, 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 nah. It's alright. They're all dead. Demo kills that poor Volk squad that probably saw it coming, but unfortunately couldn't escape his destiny. Support gun opening fire on the enemy, reinforcing thanks to the medical back here, so good job to Commander for getting that for his team. Again, right now we got Black Sheep advancing, more mines going off. Wonderful job by the Soviets. Again, MG-34 just trying to guard the flank. Panzer II on the field. Alrighty. Been a while since I've seen one of these guys. Alright. So Panzer II has no other armor supporting him. Oh, half-track coming on in. 5th Carrier has nothing. Stupa has nothing. Yeah, there's honestly nothing. Echelon taking a lot of hits. Grenade throw on Sturms. Not, oh, no, sorry, from the Echelon. Oh, he just got brutalized by a mortar. I looked for a way for a second and the unit just disappeared. MG being flanked. Panzer II just rushing through allied lines. 5th Carrier has no AT. Oh, wait, on the front, I should say. So, oh, AT grenade's gonna be thrown. Panzer II is gonna be having a rough time if the AT gun gets up. Come on, kill the MG. Come on, Black Sheep. Nope. Gonna need some incendiary stir, or just run. That's fine. You better hope that Grenadier holds back, because that Panzer II needs a little bit of time before, you know, to escape. 50 cal coming on in. Grenadier charging, realizing there's a cache here, so they're like, man, they built it early. They probably built it, what, 5-8 minutes in? Someone's like, no, we built it 2 minutes in. Get your timeline right. Anyway, another cache goes down, thanks to Flawed. On the right, he's trying to hold out, and he does have an MG, so he back tech for that. He also has tier 3. 2 penals with PTRS rifles, interesting choice. It decreases their anti-infantry capabilities. It increases dramatically their anti-armor capabilities at close to medium range. Not long. They don't have that long range. Not like an AT gun. Oh, God. Hey, Hans, is this a good place to park? No, Frank. No. That's conscripts. Pull back. So at least that delays that for a time. And the penals do actually ambush the half-track that was turning the corner. So, hey, Samax actually is going to need some time to regroup and gets pushed, for the most part, beyond the river. But with Sturms and Volks coming on in, I think that's going to be short-lived. On the far side, the Panzer II continues to harass the Americans, who themselves only have a lieutenant for AT. So that makes sense. Hit the areas that lack AT, while the Soviet AT is busy trying to break the MG in the building. Again, hit the enemy where they're weaker, so. Panzer II pulls on back. Again, we have the river line right here, and Volk squads and Sturm are pressing over it. Let's see, Obel Sedan backing up with Volk squads. MG still guarding this, though. Could be easily flanked by a push on the right. Oh, yeah. So, we'll see if the Germans can realize that. Again, I would spread out your Volk squads. Although, luckily, he picks it up pretty quickly and gets behind the building, so he should be fine. American forces coming on in. Grenade is no upgrade yet. Support gun gets hits the target. Friendly mortar hits the target, hits their own guys. But big old blob of forces by Stuper advances. Panzer II trying its best to hold the line, though having trouble. Grenades being fired by the rear echelon squads, gonna hurt the support equipment. MG though setting on up again. New MG to hold the line. Another MG in the back, so I feel like this blob will be suppressed and forced back. Can they kill one of the echelon? They do. All right. Excellent kill right there. We also have trucks going down. So again, he's going to try to get as many trucks as he can to get resources. Assault support's very good with the frag bomb / strafing run if you call that in just constantly against the enemy. Conscripts having a rough time. Both squads pressing on in. 50 cal gets hit by a nice grenade and neutralized. Hopefully that's a good pick for Jack Ryan. Let's see. Fallschirmjägers were sent back. Thank you for the sub, Ricardo. Thank you for the sub, Ricardo. Alright, so right now Fallschirmjägers are healing back at base. Half-track's been deployed on the right, which will make the Obstad's jobs a lot harder without AT support. Which, Commander, it's past 10 minutes. I'm gonna be honest. You need AT. Something. Anything. Conscripts are pushing on in. Someone mentioned about the Soviet player on the far side. Yeah, I get it. 7-man conscripts. You reinforce your penals and such. I don't see that as a big issue. Flawed, by the way, went guard rifle, so I'm assuming he can get himself some guard troops for some good anti-infantry capabilities. Half-track pushes in a bit too much, and the Axis do get some type of AT support, so that's good. Conscripts under, well, fire by the MG. Luckily, smoke stops that. Dead in its tracks. Major on standby. Did launch artillery. This gun as well. Katusha being made. So it looks like artillery is 5th carrier's priority. Same thing as Stuber, which could be a detriment if the Axis get a Panzer IV. And they are. They are 100% getting a Panzer IV. And are easily able to just rush down Allied lines. Flamethrowers hitting the MG will burn it out very quickly if they don't get out. Speaking of which, I'm seeing Nope later today. Very excited. Unfortunately, the MG will not live to see my opinion on Nope, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Most of these men won't see what my opinion on Nope. That's right, men. They're all gonna die. It's okay. Anyway, troops holding the front. They do recruit and pull back. Those cons weren't in the front. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't mind them upgrading the 7-man squads. That way they can reinforce. Luckily, he misses the Shrek. Well, another one hit, though. The rate of fire. Fire the main weapon! Damn it, suppressed and unable to. Half-track gets away. But Axis do control this fuel, and they decap the other one. That's really going to start hurting the Allies in terms of their fuel output, because they really need that fuel right now to get that armor to really counteract. Panzer II, by the way, doing some solid work. 12 kills. Again, you have the bazooka team right here, but it's one bazooka, and again, that's generally fine against light armor. Because 7-man conscripts are broken good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have I don't mind having a conscript squad with penals because you can still reinforce your men and keep the penals or whatever on the front. Okay, Stuper instead went with a Sherman. Good choice. Katusha is on the front. It's firing point blank on the Volk squads. Not a bad... Okay, a little more damage. Not a bad spread, but could have absolutely wiped them if the spread was on point. Air support is coming on in, suppressing the infantry. American forces having a rough time, and in full retreat, Stuper is running for his damn life. And the entire left side is now completely shattered by Jack Ryan's air support and Panzer assault. Major will probably die if that Panzer IV gets a good shot on target. Again, it's going to need to turn get around the building, but if he does, he will. Nope, he missed. Sherman now coming on in. Sherman has advantage. Because again, Sherman is coming from rear armor and is penetrating every shot. Panzer IV needs to get the hell out of dodge. Does not have enough for a blitzkrieg. Needs allied smoke, but allies are busy as air support it pushes them back. Axis managed to push the enemy back pretty far. They left their flank wide open, and now they're going in for that position. Sherman has yet to take any damage. Luckily, Panzer IV gets a lucky bounce from that Sherman shot, but he can't take that forever. Where's additional support? Never comes, unfortunately. It never comes. And there goes the Panzer. Big loss for Jack Ryan, though he could easily deploy another Panzer IV with the amount of fuel that they are receiving. Again, 42 fuel per turn because of the caches that or support trucks he has brought in. Panzer II could go in, but it does not have the caliber to deal with a Sherman mono-e-mono. The 20 millimeter gun is not exactly armor killing. It's not armor killing qualified. Anyway, Panther has a gun that can do that. Commander, okay, good. Almost Sadat being pushed back by the Sherman. Sherman, though, being pushed back by the Shrek teams. Again, fuel still under Axis control, so that's good. VP's under Axis control. Neck and neck with that, so it's still anyone's game. Allies have had some good upswings. Though, if we look here, a lot of the Allied forces, like Flawed, have taken some heavy hits. We're looking to average at, what, 45? Maybe low 50s, I would say, on average for the Axis. Or, sorry, for the Allies. Axis are in the upper, or mid 50s, I would say. Go through, you can have Sherman superiority. I mean, look, the Sherman was a solid tank. I know that people are like, but the Sherman wasn't as good as the Panther. Okay. Sure, yeah, a lot of Sherman variants did not have a lot of, had a lot of trouble with Panthers. You know what helped? You know what helped? Not being able to break down and having spare parts available. So that way when the Panther broke down, you're like, oh, okay, we'll smoke it, close the distance, and that way we can pen it. Good Katusha. Whereas if you had a Panther, and again, I love potential histories remarked by this. If you had a Panther, a Tiger, or an Elephant, and you realized you needed spare parts, you wanted to die. Because you knew this, again, because spare parts were hard to come by. Sherman designed in 40s, not in 43. Well, remember, the Sherman was mass deployed in 42. And also, the Sherman was perfect for its role. The Sherman was shipped across the Pacific. The Pacific and the Atlantic, right? So you had to have a unit that was super, super easy to modify and also to, you know, repair, because you're shipping so many of them that you have to make sure that you have the parts across an entire ocean, 2 oceans, that are easily available. That's the beauty of the Sherman. It is very easy to repair. Unrealistic. Armies fight each other, not individual. Yeah, also American, you still have to worry about their air superiority that typically they had from, what, 42-ish, more 43 onward, right? So, for its role, the Sherman was great. And again, they also had Sherman 76s, like the pen armor from the Panther, and also the, the Tiger. So, AT gun is hoping to hold back Bazooka team, the Panther. I don't know why he didn't pull back his Katusha, a little bit of an issue. But his Panther, again, no support, immediately is about to die. And this is why comparing a tank mono-a-mono is also not fair, because really, it's a team game, guys. It's a team game. That's what kills armor. AT grenades, AT guns, tank destroyers, and base Shermans coming on in to do one thing and one thing only: murdering Germans who stand in their way from liberating the people in Europe. Fallschirmjägers advance, and again, very good units, but they're grouped up. Almost a non-blob grouped up. Katusha way off in its targeting. Sorry there. I mean, you got some good hits with some good spread, but yeah, the attack up here, you're just very lucky to spread and reach down here. Nice Stuka, though, knocks out the MG. Plus, German tank crews fear the Sherman in 42 in North Africa, since Sherman could knock out their tanks from further away than they could knock it out. That's actually true. Again, in North Africa, the Panther was not available. So it was really the Panzer IV. And against the Panzer IV, the Sherman is very comparable and very good against it. Well, no, it would be mostly Panzer IIIs, honestly. So yeah, even better scenario. Because in North Africa, the Sherman would then be... The Sherman would be better than the Panzer III. So yeah, it would be the superior tank. Now, they had the Flak 88s, which helped a lot. But the Sherman would be better than the Panzer III. So it wouldn't be until Tunisia that you would have the Tiger. But remember, the Tiger had like... And I could be wrong here, but I think there were like 25 Tigers in North Africa. There was a very small quantity of Tigers. So while fearsome, they didn't have the numbers to like outmatch the Allied armor. So that was the biggest issue there. So, oh, hold on. What the fuck is this? Oh, interesting tank trap line to guard your flank. Flak gun was set up there, but T-34 quickly killing it. Also, maybe hit a Soviet or someone's mine. Not sure. The flak gun detonated it. Again, well unsure. German forces by Simex continue to hold this territory. Looks like they're mass-producing Stukas. So we got some Stukas coming on in to try to assist. I mean, we also have air support at mid, and that's from the strafing run. Storm Pioneers push on in with another Panther. Sherman looks like is unsupported, so it might die here. But Tiger is a heavy tank. Yeah, it's a heavy tank, but once you have Sherman's artillery and infantry charging a Tiger, one Tiger can't hold an entire front line. They can do a lot of work, and it's hard to pen, but the Allies eventually hit it enough that you can kill it. Also, the engines would eventually could give way, and then you have a sitting duck. Panther, again, now is unsupported with all the Axis infantry retreating. A T-grenade would be doing wonders at stopping it. Plus, the British stole one of those Tigers. Yeah, I was going to say, one of those Tigers were left by itself because the engine, I think the engine blew out on it. They're like, oh shit, run, abandon it, run. So, yeah. And it's really, and guys, it's really not like who has the superior armor. It's also tactics. Like, mortar, Stuka comes in, does a little damage. Luckily, nice bundle, kills the mortar. I will say, because again, the Italian medium armor successfully held back superior British armor because of their emplacement and because of, well, I think it was like 1 or 2 Flak 88s. And it was like, for reference, I'm doing a lot of research on the Italians because I have a video that I'm trying to make on them. And logistics, which also Rommel did not have in North Africa. Rommel's like, please let me have fuel. I have enough for my guys to drive out, but not for the Italians. Well, Italians, I'll catch you later. But, yeah, no. But anyway, yeah, again, it's also tactics with armor you have to consider. T-34 hits the side. Sturm Tiger's on the field, but completely missed his shot. Sorry, let me get to the game. I've kind of been talking about armor stuff. Anyway, Super still has a good army size. Overall, Allies, except for Flawed, who still has a very small army, and again, very close to getting this T-34 killed, needs to get more men. He's 1,000 manpower, Jesus. Semex has his infantry, but no armor. I'm assuming he's saving up for a king. Commander has a good amount of infantry and a Sturm, but again, no armor himself. Again, some of these have died. Panther is pulling back. Blob has been kept back by MG forces. Again, drop smoke or something. Do you have smoke? If you have smoke, Stuper, drop smoke. Or use cover to cover. That would help. There was a lot of fuel in Africa. It was just held by the British. That's true. And Rommel did take some of that fuel for himself. But every time the Italians said they would drop fuel, a lot of the times it got blown up. Because the British Navy go burr. Storm Tiger just chilling. Maybe could have fired on that, but luckily AT gun makes sure the Sherman doesn't get away. So solid shots right there. Let's see. Black Sheep, I haven't talked about him. Panzer II still kicking ass. 21 kills, bet 2. Also, it looks like he did kill. He has been killing for a lot of Allied forces for a good period of time. By the way, Calliope's on the field now. I think the Soviets still, yeah, they still have their Katusha and Su-85. We have Jackson on the field. So, oh my lord, the amount of infantry in mid. This, oh, my phosphorus Stopping them. Yes, good white phosphorus on that. Holy shit, Kalaya. Oh my lord. Well, artillery just annihilated all the better German infantry. And, yeah, clear the way. Now, there is zeroing here, which will hurt the Allies, and there is plenty of strikes coming on in, like the strafing run that came in over here. Katyusha's, though, hitting the Axis lines, killing more Volk squads. It's very bad. Karabis, thank you for the follow. Oh, zeroing now hitting 5th Carrier, who's just... 5th Carrier, get out of there! Run! Don't get into zeroing! It's... Alright, S285 just chilling. Don't blob, kids. White Phosphorus did a really good job of containing that group. Panther trying to press. Allies took some heavy hits there, not gonna lie. They lost. Oh no, the Panzer II died. Shit. Damn it, I was congratulating you and you had to die. Why? Why'd you have to do that to me? Why? Why did you have to die that insulted me? Anyway, Panthers, one escapes, one's actually putting decent damage on the Sherman. Jackson's on standby in case he tries to charge. He might try, again, Jack Ryan, do not send a Panther by itself against Allied lines. That's a very bad idea. But he will continue to do so anyway, even though there's plenty of AT that will probably turn and kill him if he continues to stay there. Now, credit where credit's due, Axis did retake mid. They are retaking left. They held left, although the blob will probably take it. Raid inbound by Elpert, 109 people. Thank you very much, Elpert. Very kind of you. Kumo decides they're taking the right to grab weapons. No, PTRS rifle, PTRS. Don't grab those weapons. Don't grab the PTRS rifles. How about that? Just go and grab the territory. Stop the hemorrhaging, please. In mid, White Phosphorus delays for Kenwerfer, weakening its health. Not able to get the kill, though. Obusudan is pretty low, but still manages to hold the line. Conscript, 7-man squads coming on in. It should be able to deal with Obusudan and hopefully retake the territory. Once again, everyone tuning on in. It's a 4v4 match on White Ball Express. We have zeroing coming on in. Great use, because again, it's around the Allied line and does hit the blob. And now the Panthers coming on in to continue recon, continue the artillery strikes on that position. Calliope, you're being very ballsy firing that close, but okay. Sure, why not? You are managing to murder all the German mortars. So I guess it's fine as long as you don't die. And you didn't die, so great job. Grenadiers trying to kill the cache, but Sherman trying to put an end to that. Although it would be better if he had high explosive rounds on. We have another Panther coming on in. Again, continuing to harass Allied lines. It is not looking good for the Allies right now. As much as I was like congratulating the Allies for killing the German blob or super blob earlier, that counterattack at zeroing did wonders. Population, okay, here the picture may say a different story than the statistics. So let's look at the statistics. Statistically speaking, 5th Carrier and Super averaging about low 80s, and Flooded and Kumo also averaging low 80s, right? Axis, 54-41, upper 40s. Black Sheep is near pop cap. Jack Ryan's in the upper 60s. So if we do like a quick math in my head, which hopefully I'm generally right on, hopefully, we're looking at a combined, we're looking at a combined Axis force, and I would say best case low 60s. So Axis, even though they've gained a lot of good momentum, are still down significantly, even though inflicting heavy casualties on the Allies. And Katyusha could inflict more. Bolshevikers pull back, making them unable to capture that territory, allowing the conscripts to move on in, hopefully fortify that position, bring up some support. Speaking of support, 50 cal maybe looking a little bit off, but whatever, at least they're advancing. MG over here to hopefully stop their advance. Panther as well, although the Sherman and stuff like that is busy elsewhere, just healing. Werfer may have just, oh no, it didn't kill it, it just forced the conscript back. I'm so sorry, I could not say your name. What is your name? Your name is Namato? Hopefully I'm getting that right. Thank you for the follow. Obusudan taking mid, again getting medics to heal themselves. Excellent job. Just in time as Rifleman charges on in. Luckily, they should be able to hold. That Sturm Tiger, by the way, earlier died, so that was a big loss for Commander. Where did he die at? I have no idea. Oh, maybe the artillery killed it. That could be it. That 100% could be the case. So who has the artillery? That would be the Soviet player. No, Soviet artillery didn't kill it. Probably he was pushed too far forward and got murdered. Speaking of being murdered, Calliope comes in once again to drive all of Commander's forces away. We have Black Sheep coming on in, launching more zeroing. However, the zeroing's over here. I think it needed to be a little more to the left. To the left a little bit. Yeah, because right now the infantry's like, cool, that's zeroing. I see that. I'm going to ignore that. Instead, go kick the ass of this German player up north. Who, by the way, the Panthers retreating after the Sherman and I'm assuming Jackson managed to hit it from afar. Again, with some good DPs and AT grenades, you could button and hopefully cripple that Panther, allowing for additional AT to come on in and kill it. But luckily, Black Sheep sees what's coming and pulls back. Plus, he has another Panther on standby, so he's at least building up a good army. And now, after building up a good army, he has a hell of a lot in reserves in case something dies. So as long as they keep that going, I feel, yeah. Oh, good Werfer strike. One conscript down, one barely alive. Though there is a massive allied blob over here, so might need to deal with that. Kumo, again, moving up the lieutenant, giving sight. Jackson using the sight to hit him from afar. Werfer pulling on back. We have a recon coming on in, thanks to Kumo. Hopefully identifying more targets for some allied artillery and or strikes. Calliope could fire from Stupor. And Stupor's forces, though, are retreating, so that's not saying unlikely, but he's definitely going to need other people for sight, more so than anything else. Tiger tanks on the field. Jack Ryan coming on in, again, fighting the Sherman, mano a mano. Sherman pulling on back, although, again, White Phosphorus, great job, good focusing on it. Jackson comes on in, though, injured. Conscript charging, AT grenade could end it right here. Come on. There we go. Germans lost some more casualties elsewhere. Tiger tank is, once again, shows, while it might be a better tank versus the Sherman, better skill is needed for it to be useful, and also support. That had neither, so it got obliterated. Panzer headquarters stops the infantry from hopefully pushing forth in this area. On the far right, we have a counterattack. Raketenwerfer is pushed back to the T-34 while infantry tried to advance, but the MG stopped them in their tracks. Great strafe right down the middle, cuts that Raketenwerfer in half, and kills one. The other one's barely alive. Fallschirmjägers advance. Again, they can drop smoke or just flank. Here there's a bunker, so... Oh, there's an S minefield thanks to the Soviets. Oh, that's cool. Again, one cool ability thanks to advanced fortifications. Grenade is thrown. Bundle grenade kills the target in one good hit. He got furied. Yeah, that Tiger did get furied. Although, to be fair, the Fury is a 76mm Sherman, so technically it could penetrate the Tiger at that range, but hey, for a movie, looks good. Nice strafe. At least try to keep him back. Panther coming on in. Again, Kumo just trying to hold him back for as long as he can to keep the VPs. Because right now the Axis are hemorrhaging in the VP department. They are down significantly. We have air support on the right to suppress infantry. And Katusha actually got decrewed, which would be a big win if they could, the Axis could take it. Highly unlikely. Or at least kill it again. Pretty likely, especially next to all the artillery. Good target, I would say. Conscripts advancing with a Jackson diving on in. I don't see immediate, okay, there's a Stuka right there. It is firing. Katusha hitting the infantry. Vogue squad getting absolutely dominated. Could die here. Luckily, the spread was on his side. Stuka misses quite wildly off against the conscript and riflemen. Infantry at the Obelsudan. Fallschirmjägers pull back. And looks like it's going to be more battles going on. Obelsudan, though, should be able to win this. Especially with Sport Gun and other forces nearby. But no, never mind. Here comes the captain, a mortar. Vet 3, by the way. 20 kills. Major, all sorts of stuff. On the left, we have a massive amount of Panthers. 3 Panthers in total. Sherman injured, though still in the fight with S-285 backing it up. Actually penetrated the Panther directly, which is harder for it to do. Though Shrek team hits the side, misses, hits the building. Sherman counterattacking with a white phosphorus shot of all things. Again, wears down the health, allows 50 cal to just easily pick off the men. Even the arm-piercing shot could do quite a bit to it. So he needs to be very careful with that Panzer Grenadier squad. Calliope's not close to firing just yet. Population for the Germans seems to be increasing with average, again, in the low 60s pretty consistently. Allies, though, are also up there in the probably low 80s at this point. So something needs to be done in order for the tide to be turned. Jackson hitting the Panther. Artillery as well hitting this sector. Panthers just trying to micro themselves out of there, but pathfinding's at odds with that. Jagdpanzer, actually backed up by another Jagdpanzer over here. Interesting. So yeah, if the T-34 comes back again, might have issues. But KV is also over here. So yeah, they probably would still be held back by the AT over here, but still it would be a harder time to push them out. Mortar gets pretty much neutralized by the double Obersoldaten. Allied infantry pushes in mid. Werfer fires, I'm not sure, maybe he was trying to angle it better or wait for the advance and then hit it, but it just didn't work out. Obersoldaten now hitting the rifleman. Jackson can do nothing against it. There is some strike coming on in. That would be zeroing from Black Sheep. Again, you need to keep recon for zeroing to be as effective as it can be. Now, luckily, Stuper's bringing up all of his infantry, but unfortunately, he did pull back. So, you know, no free kills on giant blobs, unfortunately. White Phosphorus hits the building, but he still retreats anyway. Again, I guess doesn't want to be crushed by the Sherman, which is 18 kills, so not too bad. Also, this is not a bulldozer Sherman. This is just a Sherman with a dozer blade attachment. So he has the benefits of the armor, but he has the benefits of having high explosive and armor piercing. No bulldozer main gun. So I say benefits because he can fight a Panther. And there it goes. AT grenade, the stun to hit the Panther. Sherman trying to Fury the Panther, gets behind it, but there's still forces nearby. Luckily, none of them are AT related. Panther, though, coming on in. Very close. One last shot. Come on, Vet 3 Sherman. Pen! Bounces. Damn it. Alright, I think it's done. Yeah. Very close to killing that Panther. Very close. But 3 Panthers versus 1 Sherman. Not great odds. Not great odds. Now a direct shot from artillery on that Panther could easily wipe it. Calliope or Katusha fire could kill it as with a pen. Jacksons do neutralize a Panther along the side. Panther pushes it mid, but again, no support. AT grenades are likely to hit. Hold on. No, he actually didn't launch them. Okay. I love how he's saying the Panther's in piecemeal. Like, yes, send the Panther in. Get shot. All right. Here's another Panther. Get shot. Okay. It's like, what are you doing? Allies in mid, actually. Holy shit. I just realized how many forces are in mid. Luckily, the Soviets get pulled back, but Calliope is primed ready to fire. It looks like the Axis is about to break. All their armor is in repair. Like, a lot of their armor is undergoing repairs. If the Allies launch a solid strike right now, while the Axis forces are in repair, it could be very bad. Very bad indeed. Blob pushes left instead. Again, a lot of dead support equipment. Panther headquarters trying to get another Panther. That's 4 Panthers. Buddy, I think you need something else than a Panther. I'm just pointing it out there. On the far right, Penal's actually taking that position. Stuka is firing, but at what? The MG? They throw a satchel, by the way, with smoke on the flak, killing it. Excellent job there. Major's taking the position. Axis forces with their overblob trying to force them out. We have Panzer headquarters die, so no more Panthers for you, good sir. Oh, no, he's going Stukas. Okay, that's a little better because at least you can focus on the infantry while the Panthers focus on the armor. Calliope's firing. Hitting the back line. Not killing the medical, but just kind of harassing the overall area. Axis really need to focus on a major thrust. If they focus all their armor and just do a sweeping maneuver, killing 1 armor unit at a time, they could absolutely do it. Needs a hell of a... Yeah, this guy with the Panther needs a lot more repair teams. I agree. To be fair, he has Sturms and he has the repair crew, but he needs more. Jackson's pushing left. Two Panthers, 3 Panthers, 4. The Panthers are there, but actually, the Allies are just focusing on the Panthers one by one, killing them. Panthers are trying to charge on in, but it's like a half-hearted effort. Again, you still have the S-285s right here. If they advance, they're done. They are 100% done. Airborne assault is active on the right, not the left. Allowing Fallschirmjägers to hopefully grab the territory and reinforce. They can reinforce with that in that zone. Jagdpanzer hopefully going back to KV, though KV did get a good shot. It's really going to be who's down for the final shots. Jagdpanzer, barely alive, gets that final shot in. Okay, hopefully they grab that territory. Unfortunately, even though the Germans on the right are having a lot of good, movement, on the left, S-285s, and even though one Jackson died, the main Jacksons and S-285s are pressing and keeping the Allies the Axis far away from that VP. Sherman pushing on in with Jackson firing at far. One damaged with the main gun out, the other one is very low. Other Panthers being healed. They do now have enough. There's a big old blob here. Gonna need a Werfer to shoot, but he's reloading. The recon's going out. Axis forces trying their best, but it's just too much. And the big Panther counterattack is falling flat on its face. Allied infantry support is doing wonders. Although Suka does come on in and cause some decent damage against it, but it's not enough. It's not enough to break the Allied lines. Or the Axis lines, sorry. And great shot by the Jackson from afar, but Jackson's still crawling away as fast as possible. There's no action in mid. Obosadon trying to move on in. Black Sheep, realizing the situation, is called a GG. Great shot with the Werfer, but Jackson is like, no, and puts him down. And there goes the surrender as the Jackson moved in on killing the Panther. So that is it. That is GG, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, a pretty solid game. I think, again, a lot of artillery fire in this game. Lots of blobs in this game. But I think it highlights a key issue that sometimes Germans go down, which is funny because it does relate to the discussion. You can have all these better vehicles. The Panthers, the Tigers, all that stuff. Holy shit. Oh my god. My alert thing is freaking out right now. Why is it that massive? Why? Holy mackerel. It is insane. I need to fix that. Hold on. But no, even though you have a lot of really cool stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean anything if you can't use it properly. And the Allies 100% use their armor better in a lot of key issues. I think the weakest guy that they had was the guy on the flank, and that was Flawed. But even though he was the weaker guy, like Stuper, he made I thought a little more headway, but you can see here, Flawed got more kills with his penals and such, and actually got the most kills. I'm assuming Katusha, but we'll get to that. Top damage goes to Kumo. Top kills, again, Flawed. On the Axis side, top damage goes to Black Sheep. And top kills goes to Commander, which I'm assuming maybe is almost done. Let's get to that. Jackson, top damage for Kumo. Okay. 5th Carrier, S-285s did quite a lot. Stuper, his Sherman actually did quite a bit. Again, like Stuper Sherman. Gonna be honest. I like his Sherman action. Little too, he pushed a little too much, but still, it's fine. Penals did actually a decent number of kills, and yeah, the Katyushas were the thing that pushed him over in the kill count. Black Sheep, Panther, decent damage. And again, Suka was comparable to the Katyusha with kills, so not too bad. Lots of Panther losses, not a ton of damage. Commander, 124 kills. Oh my lord, how many? Commander, 2/3 of his kills were Obosadon. Just carrying right there with kills. But took a lot of losses with those kills. So if you, more comparable, and divide that up. I mean, it's still a lot. Like, don't get me wrong. But it's more like 15, 20. It's about 18 kills per Obosadon, roughly. So, it's a lot. Or 17. But it's still not, compare that to maybe this, where you divide it by 3, it's more average on 25. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He produced 9. Never mind. I'm dead wrong. Holy mackerel. 9 Fallschirmjägers produced for 76 kills. Let me make sure of something. Commander, how many Obelsadon did you produce? 9. Never mind. Oh my god, they both spanned those. That's a lot. That's a lot of heavy units to just die in mass. How did Ambulance get a team killer? It's a glitch. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello, everyone. Before you all go, let's give a special shout out to Patreon supporters: Aphyria, Joey G240, Little Chauge, Milam, tonybee, Pyroshark, XSomeToolx, and Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and allowing me to keep doing what I do. So thank you. This has been Greyshot, his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.